we always remember what would happen. He would play at mid, die 5 times, and would end up still winning. In fact, it was, I remember Fear saying, because he cast an MLG game with me one time, and his thoughts on Drow were basically, she's really good for an aura, but she's crap at everything else. So I'd be very happy if she just sat back in base and did absolutely nothing apart from give me an aura. He said that during the middle of a cast. I'm like, okay, Fear. That's absolutely wonderful.
Well, things have changed since then.
They have.
And we're into game number 2. So EG did win the first game by playing superior teamfight, both in terms of execution and draft. This game, Complexity are trying to adapt to that by getting themselves a Warlock. But they kind of seem to have the same innate problem as last game. When you say they don't have very much lockdown to force the fight on their terms, they have slight chains, and PPD, nice juke downwards.
Swindles doesn't have Surge, so he can't even get Chessie in close. Obviously he doesn't want to, he wants to have Iron Shell instead. PPD, they are really playing with fire right now. Complexity are coming in so deep because they want to establish control over the Enigma's jungle. And Fear is going to be forced out of here. But you are right though. Complexity, like, you look at the two supports, it's like, it's the Wisp as well.
Arteezy.
Arteezy, no, he's dead. The Shadow Word should tick him down, he's salved up. Actually, no, the Tango charges. It'll let him survive.
Oh my god.
Actually,
he was so...
Yeah, he's good.
He was so focused with checking where they were warding, so he has pinged out correctly. He's pinged out both sentries that Complexity placed. He put his hero in a position where he could see some movement, but he was so focused on those wards that they just ran in on him and almost killed him next to the tower. Oh man.
That'll be a terrific start.
He stays alive though. He doesn't have the gold for a TP. Someone's gonna have to
TPD just bought one for him. So it's dropped back at base, but yeah. I suppose PPD can make that money back by just taking some farm on the bottom lane. And really what Swindle's going to do about it is consistent damage, and this is kind of like the dream lane for a Drow Ranger. You just keep your distance, you let him tick down, and you just focus on getting your space, your farm. Level 6, the primary objective. He's not going to be able to kill off this Darkseer. Unless PPD gets himself a magic missile, like at the exact same time as Surge's cast. That off lane should be perfect for Swindles.
He's getting off a side pull here very nicely. PPD was not able to prevent him from doing that. That's going to give him level 2.5 roughly.
You see how he's wanting to stay close enough so he can get the experience as well from the camp. Has to tank up a fair chunk for this. So the Universe Nyx Assassin off lane. How's this lane really meant to work? We saw Fear really showcase up against Eternal Envy just how great the Nyx Assassin is against an Ember Spirit. Obviously, because Ember is a guaranteed stun when you trigger Spike Carapace. How is he meant to try and lane this now as the Nyx? Universe has burned all of the mana of Chessie, but Z-Freak's still zoning him out. Or trying to, at least.
Well, he's still got 2 mangoes, and the hero has good base regen. And the good thing about Nyx in the offlane is that if you just get levels, it's actually fine. This hero doesn't really need that much farm compared to, say, a Darkseer, for example, to be very effective. And him already being level 3 is definitely good enough so far. The IO is focusing a lot on stacking the jungle for the Gyro later. Or the Ember, depending on who they want it for. And this is just, this is definitely good enough for Universe. Just playing the lane the way it's supposed to. And yeah, sure, you can try to arrest him out with the Warlock, but we're back to the same problem. You don't have kill potential with this lane. Like, the actual lockdown is not very good. Maybe if you bring over Aya, you have a chance.
Maybe that's where your question really starts to flag. Because at this point, it looks like it's going to be Swindles who gets the stack with the help here of Hanskin. So they're going to inject the money into the Darkseer first, but it's that timing attack which Complexity you have to look for. If you don't have the control, then you move as 5 and you just say, okay, my team fight is far superior. We have mech on Darkseer, we have the cooldown over on Limp. You should have Ember Spirit with the ability to at least control. And you need Z-Freak with level 6. The Wisp is kind of just like that bottle survivor for whoever needs help. But it's Complexity able to hit a sweet timing when they didn't actually control Fear. He was able to get his camps up and running. In fact, that Dire Sentry ward didn't even block the camp. It looked like it kind of should have, but it actually didn't. So Fear is just able to freely again move through this jungle. And if there is one team that definitely understands, it's Complexity.
Yep.
They push Z-Freak into the jungle all the time, and he comes out around the 6-7 minute mark with level 8 and a full mech.
Yeah, and I was saying that they were stacking for Ember or Gyro, and they end up giving all of it to the Darkseer, which goes to show what the game plan is. He was actually doing okay in the offlane, so he could have probably stayed there and got a little bit more out of it. Of course, this is way more effective for him, but, you know, then this gold, the lane is basically empty for a while, and I do think all in all, they would have got more gold from keeping him bottom and giving the stack to Gyro or Ember, but this way you speed up your timing on the mech. It's very clear that that is the #1 priority for them so they can activate their team fight. And I think it's probably a good call, because you look over at EG and they have the better greed. So if you just greed the farm and put it on your carries, you're gonna probably still come out weaker than EG will from the laning stage.
It's still the question, like, whose timing is better? Because Sumail, like, he's not really been pressured in this bit. The Gyrocopter doesn't have kill potential in this mid lane as well. So it's just a simple, like, don't even need to get Exort. Sumail's preparing himself for when the team fight's gonna happen. And all he's got to do is just have his core swegs up as far as he can in Universe top lane. Have they got enough? Universe can trigger a mango, and with the upheaval, Universe is slowed down. This could be first blood up on top lane. Chesney, the burn will work, and Complexity, they take first blood up on the top lane. Wonderful play. They saw it coming, and you see the extra point up in upheaval of Z-Freak paying off.
And the third point in Flame Guard. It's the duration, and it's especially obviously the absorb that prevents Universe from being able to break it. Yep, he stuck his nose up a bit too far and Complexity get the first blood there.
It's not a critical lane I'm looking to see, like, Complexity get a kill on or control on. I guess this bottom lane right now where EG are about to take the tier 1 tower. PPD actually purposely stacked the wave and this timing on the attacks from EG, but Swindles read it perfectly. But you're getting your level 6 up very, very quickly on this Drow Ranger. So everyone over on EG, apart from the Nyx Assassin, is about to get a huge injection of damage. Which is what makes this Quas Wex even more achievable. PPD, you're really low, man. Like, that's going to be so tempting for Swindles. He sees PPD at 250 life. He's got Iron Shell and Surge.
He's got
up
a point
and
back to him.
And he actually he leveled up back. PPD, well, juking around the trees. That won't be enough. He let off the stun and has to consume the Fairy Fire. And Swindle, does he want to surge forward? He doesn't really have, well, he has enough mana for the surge and back.
They might have baited Swindle to come forward here so that Fear can get in.
Yep. And Fear, well, Swindles hasn't used his surge yet. Now he will. Into the trees as far down as possible. Arteezy, Gus comes off cooldown. With the Wave of Terror, they see him. And that'll let the Malice go off. And, well, goodbye, Swindles. No way to survive this one. He's still barely tanky, as he took so long to go down. But it is still a kill on the offlane. For both sides now. That's also level 6 for Arteezy.
And I'm really happy that EG chose to go for the Quaswex like you talked about. I think it's the right choice this game for them. They obviously have the Tornado against the Ember Spirit, which is incredible.
Universe.
Oh.
Hunskin. Surprise. EMP's gonna go. Hunskin's attention turned around. Oh! Universe! He goes for the double stun! The Wisp will die from the fall from the Tornado. Sumail is still very low and lives. He doesn't have the mana. He can't really do anything. Sumail is low. But they give him the life. He'll end up surviving. Chessie wants to come down for the rune. He'll be able to get it, even though it cost him a stun off Universe. The man, what a double stun from Universe and
did it double stun?
It did. I got on my screen, it did.
I think he only hit one though. Well, regardless, the idea was really good.
I'm gonna blame the lag on my screen if it didn't. Either way. They go middle lane again. EMP, Tornado, Cold Snap, Limping, burned out, Warlock. Let the Shadow Word go, but how much damage have they got? Not enough when they... Okay, well there is a stun, but in comes the Ember Spirit. Where's the Searing Chains? Not enough mana, only 4 stick charges for Chessie. They wouldn't put him up high enough.
Universe has Arcane Boots in 5 seconds. If he wants to activate this Vendetta into Arcane Stun, he can do it. He knows that Chessie doesn't have Flame Guard.
They're going top instead. They found Hanskin. Now Hanskin can tether himself away to... Okay, well, Sumail, that looks like the easiest kill we've seen all series.
Oh, Chessie.
He actually... Yeah. Universe ready to go. Well, he actually... Arcanes, stuns. The Flame Guard did get up in time, so Chessie negates a large portion of the damage, but even with that...
But nope, Tornado! Hey!
Come on, man. Invoker was balanced. You know this.
I do think if it wasn't for Flame Guard, Sumail might just be playing Exort this game. It's just that good of a counter. Quaswex Invoker ruins Ember early on. And of course they also have the Drow, so he has more presence in lane, like you also mentioned. It's a great choice here. I'm happy to see Quaswex once in a while, because I feel like most of the time players just autopilot over to Quaswex Sword, because it's what everyone else plays, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes you just don't think about the potential you have from going a different build.
It's just a good read for this game. Like, you understand complexity, you're trying to have a far superior team fight. And Quaswex is the answer to that. He may still want to get 1 point up in Exhort sometime soon, but he's only level 8. And Samel is going to go for the Hunter. In fact, maybe this can actually bring back, like, the Face Boots Drum Orchid build over on the Invoker. Is that worth it in this game to try and pick off, or at least maybe even take out Z-Freak before the fight begins?
Orchid is very good this game, that's for sure. Top lane, Chessie, he went in way too far! Went in greedy, trying to pressure in PPD, and Universe was just sitting next to him in Vendetta.
He had the ward up. Like, there's a ward sitting on that hillside.
That's probably why he felt confident. Gave him a false feeling of safety there, seeing, I'm guessing Universe Vendetta, yeah, he Vendetta quite a while ago. And that's a big kill. That's the second death of Chessie.
They're really, like, they're falling behind now. Like, instead of using, like, stacks to propel the Gyro or the Ember Spirit forward, now they're using them to catch up. And that's not what you want to be doing when you're looking for a big group team fight timing. But they're still going to team up again, coming to that top lane. This EG ward, the sentry from Z-Freak's too far away. So EG are aware of the rotation, and they now make the choice. Do they fight or do they dodge? Samel wants to fight. He's got himself a haste rune, he runs in, he's staring down Chessie. Now, Chessie is purposely not putting up the flame guard. He'll spirit himself away, the upheaval's going to go, but it's revealed the fact that Z-Freak is in the tree line with the Malphite and the Midnight Pulse. He'll get the golem off, but the tower's already been taken out by the Enigma. Hunskin, there's your black hole from Fear. Chessie and Swindle, they can't go anywhere. Universe will come in, guarantee kill over on Swindle. Lips gets a nice ulti off. Universe willing to fight? No, he will not. Complexity are able to get some rebuttal here, with Z-Freak picking up the double kill, even in death. And the relocate, they're coming forward. PPD or Samel. Samel will go in, Viz or Chessie, as to spirit himself forward to chase down the captain of EG. PPD, one stun in the wave of terror. They're actually going to kill Hanskin in return, thanks to the tornado and the extra damage done by PPD.
Meanwhile, we got a boy just farming Ancients. He actually wasn't even there, I think, the whole time.
Hey, it's the fear scenario, man.
Yeah.
Keep Drow out of the fight so the aura remains.
Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't... Arteezy wasn't there, right? At all?
No.
Not even for the original push of the tower.
If he was, he had no influence in the fight.
Yeah.
And his TP is still on cooldown,
He is getting so rich from all of this. He didn't need to contribute. EG arguably still come out on top. 3-for-3 exchange. They get the tower. They force out Golem. They trade for Black Hole, so I mean that's comparable, I guess.
Really? Complexity just upheavaled into Roshan, thinking EG were going there. The hilarious thing is, they are, but it's 10 seconds after the fact. So Universe triggers up his Vendetta. He knows what's going on, and with the ability just to Soul Ring as well as just convert your conversions, they can easily have the damage to kill off Roshan, and they bring in the dominated Ogre Frostmate. So Frost Armor as well. This is such a huge play from EG, and just proves how much Dota is a game of timing.
Yeah, this is very, very big. They could probably go for the bottom tier 2 with this Aegis. Now they're going to play around Arteezy now that he has this. He's going to get his level 10 as well. Looks like he's prioritizing stats over both Gust and the Frost Arrows. Wow. 4 points in the aura, of course. Let's see, yeah.
You don't just expect like 3 Wraith Bands to be on the Drow Ranger when you do such a thing.
I would expect more points in Gust, maybe. I think it's a good call not getting more than 1 point Frost Arrows in this game. It's not really, doesn't really seem that useful. Yeah. Against both Surge and an Ember, it's kind of, and a Wisp. But Gust is good, especially against the Ember Spirit and the Darkseer. But he evaluates that 3-second silence will be enough to bring down the target, and probably is actually right with how much damage they're outputting. This upheaval is pretty useless.
It's too shallow. Like, it actually doesn't do anything. EG is not put in any kind of position where it's
it
like...
looks cool.
That is definitely true. If you're looking for a special effects Michael Bay award, I'm fairly certain Z-Freak will be up for the Oscar. Limp. Oh, there goes your Tornado again. He's got no BKB. The EMP, Cold Snap PB, Watchman deeper. There's a nice back with the rock, but the rock came too early for it. And now in comes Chessie with the Spirit Jump. Samel and Fear Fear. The mech did so much work with only a double kill for Samel. Fear's on the run and Chessie just can't keep up. Universal's back off cooldown. Chessie, one attack, there she blows. Universal finds the kill. Z-Freak in the tree line. Complexity have been team wiped and nothing of value was lost. Literally nothing.
You mean for EG, right?
For EG. Yes, for EG. Probably should be more specific.
Complexity were team wiped and nothing of value was lost. Alright. Yeah, this is not looking good for Complexity. They're getting 14-minute racks. EG can just take their big win here and back out, and like you said, they lost nothing. They didn't even need to black hole and all of that. They didn't have it ready for Fear. And that looked like it could have been really good for Swindle when he comes in for that vacuum. I think he caught 4 in the vacuum, but I believe he got mana burned at the same time. So he didn't have the wall, and the follow-up from Complexity also wasn't on point anyway.
It seemed to be like the combination. Like the combination is meant to be back, wall, golems drop, cooldown drops, and heavy flat cannon damage. And that's when you can see the damage coming in from someone like Chessie.
But it's just so difficult to set up.
So much damage. I agree with you. Like, how are you meant to even set that up? You can have a Nyx Assassin Vendettering in behind you at any point. Like, you even have like a Ghost walking Invoker. He could be behind you.
And the swap from PPD in that fight as well. I think they actually wanted to relocate out the gyro, but the swap got him out of position.
And if the Wisp tethers into that, then Hanskin just kills himself. He doesn't have the survivability. Earnest, not enough stats to survive this. Now EG stare down the tier 2 tower. I say stare down, they'll mow through it. Complexity cannot fight this.
They don't have the Warlock Golem for another 50. And EG should know this. It's a very long cooldown. They still have Aegis.
You see Complexity trying to get whatever they can. Like fortify top lane, and they can stop Chessie. Okay, fortify. Okay, they don't fortify top lane. They could have actually bought time. Chessie wouldn't have been able to easily take out that tower and come back in. But I suppose easy or not, Arteezy, he's taken out to tier 3. He is fatally bonded to a couple of these conversions, and Swindle's going to back him a little bit deeper, but Arteezy, he doesn't see face. Now the cooldown, this is better for them, but where's the follow-up damage? It's not there now, you black hole! It keeps the Ember locked! That's worth it even for the one man. Arteezy just tanked up the rest of Complexity. He gets literally a red rag to the Complexity full, takes it, now the Aegis triggers, and Swindles will go down. The relocate from Hanskin, it will be successful. Chessie needs to slow down this attack. He doesn't even have a single point up inside of Fist. So if you're looking for that control, he has to walk in point blank on top of Arteezy. The Gust even coming back off cooldown. Now the rock will drop. Wither back into the wall. They're not fighting enough damage. The Gust is then thrown by the face of the double TP out. Arteezy, he's successful. The Searing Chain, a fraction of a second too late. And Complexity, they can't even punish EG, who just took the tier 3 tower in mid, plus the melee rags, and the range, well, it's a blow over. Like, a stiff breeze and that is gone.
Alright, so we don't look at the gold graph. How far ahead do you think EG are minute 16?
I'm going to say with the racks is going down, 15k. How close am I?
20. I think it's not updated yet. This is probably more like 22.
No, there is a small dip back down again for Complexity. I don't know how that dip was created.
I think this is probably one of the biggest gold leads we've seen in the tournament, and it's at 17 minutes. It's absolutely insane how much EG have got out of this early game.
It's 17 minutes and it's the 4th round of the lower bracket as well of the major. Yeah. It's not even just like you think, oh, maybe it's going to be like a slightly imbalanced group stage matchup. This is EG just walking all over Complexity.
They got the draft they wanted. I favor EG's draft quite a bit, but they also executed it so well and just found the openings that they needed to. They haven't taken a single bad team fight. They know that this is the one strength of Complexity's lineup, so they've managed to get skirmishes, take a couple of towers, take the Roshan. Ultimately, like you said, the timing for that was absolutely perfect. And then when they're ready, they go for the high ground push. That fight was executed super well. And you know, if Complexity can't even win those fights, their lineup actually can't win anything.
This time Z-Freak's upheaval was a little bit more useful. But look at Arteezy's range. He picked up a Dragonlance. He's outside of range of the upheaval. The Tornado's trying to have a scout out for Z-Freak. Now they realize exactly where he is. Swindle jumps forward. There's your back. The double, triple spear is coming to Arteezy. The PvE will just walk back, takes it in too deep. Has completely exploded. 51 seconds on the sideline. No buyback available. EG, they look like they're going to bring down the team that took a game off them during the group stage and had all the confidence coming into this series. But EG, they have snuffed it out. There is no Complexity flame left.
Oh, look at Arteezy just laying into Swindle.
It's too easy for him. Like, the range is just too much, and Swindle can't do anything about it. Look at Swindle's mana. He can't be here right now. He can't combo, because all his Auras will do is let him trigger off the mech. That's all he can do. In fact, he used it for something else. Complexity have lost too many. It looks like it's over. They're back in the face, and it is. EG will eliminate Complexity 2-0. The second game not even taking 19 minutes to complete. But still, big props to Complexity. They got a long way in this tournament. Swindles want to make a big statement saying that SCA Dota as well as US Dota is looking very, very good. Obviously the teams at this far in the lower bracket, but Complexity definitely put a lot of their haters to shame right now.
Yeah, I think they exceeded most